Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, space fans. Thank you so much for dropping by and joining me for another beautiful round of Lifeless Planet, where we're supposed to find a lot of life, but hey, actually there isn't any. So we're a little bit concerned and confused as to what's happened there. Yesterday we've uncovered quite a few interesting secrets, such as that there is, in fact, we're not alone. One of our crew members is definitely kind of vanished / dead. We don't really know. He was going to swallowed up by the Earth. That was interesting. The other guy still missing. We found a Russian-speaking woman who we're trying to follow. She leaves green footsteps behind. Very, very intriguing story. So where's it all going to go? Thank you so much for dropping by, Mom, and Julia, of course, and Beard Goblin, and Mr. House. Very nice to see you. I hope I haven't forgotten anyone. And anyone else who's out there watching, welcome, welcome, welcome. Very nice to see you. Also, anyone who's watching the on-demand video recorded thingamajig, that's also totally cool. Always nice to see you. I have a lot of views that are not live, so I appreciate all your interest in dropping by and, you know, spending a good couple of hours with us. Let me just go get this game started here. There we go. That is that. And we're going to go and resume where we've left off yesterday, which was, I think, just after finding a robotic arm type gadget, but we haven't played with it. I just thought that's a nice moment to just go and stop it here. There we go, power station. That's where we are. Yes, we were cracking a little joke about Houston earlier, and that's I'm of course wearing my NASA t-shirt again. I hope it's going to hold up for as long as the stream lasts for the next few days, because, you know, I find this is a good uniform to wear. And yes, I've been there to the Houston facility, to the Space Center, in 96, 97. I believe that was quite a trip. We did a tour there. We were there because we visited a friend of mine who got married from Germany. He moved to America, to Houston, and he got married there to a Texan girl. And while we were there, we were exploring some of the surroundings. One of them was the Houston Space Center. It's very, very exciting stuff. Yeah, all the things we've seen there. I mean, I don't know if I'm sure it's still there. It's huge. It's absolutely massive. I hadn't anticipated it to be that big. I thought, well, since they're not launching any rockets there, it's going to be a technical kind of control room. We've heard that yesterday. This is a Russian guy telling us about this robotic arm gadget. Oh, we have to pick it up again. It didn't save that. No worries. Robotic arm system acquired. I'm actually glad we're seeing this again, because it's not something we can use arbitrarily. This is the schematic of it, I believe. We can use it to accomplish certain puzzles, I believe, you know, putting things into other stuff. So yeah, that's what we need it for. So we'll totally go and have a look at that. What's happening here? Another tape recorder. We were fortunate when we arrived in that this planet was not dependent on us to develop its resources into usable power systems. In fact, there was already a network of devices capable of providing all of our power needs, despite the oddity of their appearance and construction that we quickly claimed as our own. Curiously though, the control systems to activate these devices appear to be designed for a very tall being, much larger than a human or anything else we've encountered since our arrival. Interesting. Regardless, our brilliant engineers quickly devised a creative robotic solution. With this mechanical arm, we are able to reach great heights, enabling us to operate the requisite components without requiring architectural solutions to accomplish the same feat. Still, the reason for the height of these control systems remains baffling. Were there visitors to this planet before us? Or could there really be a life beyond this vegetation? Yes, good question. And who was sitting on this chair? Enjoying the view. Thank you for the socials drop there, Julia. I appreciate that. I suppose we'll go and follow the green footsteps further and see what we can do with this robotic arm gadget. Oh, that looks flashy. My internet connection looks like it's kind of improving a little bit. I mean, it's not stable enough yet, but it's a little bit better than it was in the last few days. So I will do a little test this afternoon and see if I can actually stream at a higher bandwidth that I am currently doing it. This has proved futile over the last few weeks, so maybe they have fixed whatever the problem was. And then maybe tomorrow we'll get to see this in a little bit of a higher resolution here.
This structure appears to draw power from that green rock.
Interesting. I've come across what appears to be a power station of some sort. An array of Tesla coils surrounds a mysterious monolithic structure. The entire apparatus seems to draw its power from a glowing green rock inside the monolith, which levitates and pulses with energy. Indeed, because it would be nice to see things a bit less pixelated, and I can usually stream at about 10 meg, and I haven't been able to do that for such a long time. So do we actually need to go in here or not really? I mean, this seems to be working just fine. Maybe we don't need to open this door after all, which would be just okay with me. Huh. That powers that. So then this... Oh, great. We can just go switch this on, maybe? Oh, yes. Something's moving. Apparatus of some sort. Oh, there. Platform comes down. Do we all have coffee? By the way, Mom has just bought a pack of Veranda blend Starbucks coffee, and I think she's enjoying it right now. Very good. I like the Veranda blend. It's also known as blonde roast over here. Yes, ever since Starbucks introduced 3 different types of roast. The medium, that's kind of the pike, and then there's the Veranda blend, that's kind of a light roast, and the beans look a lot lighter once they're roasted. And then there's also a dark roast, like a French or Verona blend. Those are kind of very dark roasts. And Julia has her tea, of course. Very nice. Very good stuff. Beard Goblin, what's on offer for you today? Are you a tea or coffee man? And Mr. House, same for you. You guys being in Britain doesn't necessarily mean you are... Britain/Ireland, sorry. That doesn't necessarily mean you are tea drinkers by default. I vary between tea and coffee myself, so I'm partial to both. We do actually get Tetley's Pyramids bag over here in the US. Slightly premium price you have to pay, but you know, Pyramid bag releases all the flavors, so that's perfect. Ah, more green rock things here. Oh, this rock doesn't seem to be inside the thing, so let's go and see if we can utilize that robotic arm thing. See if I can remember how to use it. I remember it was tricky. This looks all very complicated, doesn't it? Very technical. Cherry cola! Oh, how exciting! Oh, that's very unique, shall I say? Because in Europe, I suppose all European countries, it's kind of the same thing. They're more partial to coffee by default. And then tea is kind of an, oh yeah, we can also do that. But mainly it's, oh yes, coffee. How do we push this forward? That does that. That does this do that? Oops. Shouldn't really drop that, should I? I mean, you know. This way maybe? That way? E and Q. Oh, L, T and RT. I can't even remember which one is which. Obviously L is L, but T isn't the top on the controller. T is the bottom and B is the top. Even though you think B is probably the bottom and T is the top. No, they've conveniently switched that around so that that no one understands what the... How do we retract? Oh, there we go. Oh yes, and finish mission. Gotcha. Alright, I hope this was the correct thing to do. But we do like cherry cola, by the way, absolutely. Mr. House, what kind of a quote is that? So we've powered this. This looks almost exactly like the other structure that we've just had a look at. Maybe it works by the same token. Press button. That's not related to the Clarissa game, is it, Mr. House? Mr. House was teasing us for about 100 episodes with a quote that while I was playing Stardew Valley, that Clarissa was surprised about some holiday, and we were always thinking, what is this in relation to? Song lyrics, I got you, okay. I like it. And then it turns out, actually, the quote was related to a game he's developing, so we're looking forward to the first beta version of that, Mr. House. Very, very cool. And I read your comment, Beard Goblin, on yesterday's stream. Thank you so much. I do appreciate the length of your comments. That's really nice to read some beefy comments. Very cool. And congrats on having battled all the way through to the dark interface in Unity. Very nice. I keep forgetting that with so many Cinti assets that I have, that there is in fact, that I do have assets for Unity. I mean, I've only looked at Unity kind of in principle. I can't really make head or tails of it, and I'll stick to Unreal. But whenever I look at it, I'm thinking, well, I don't really have any assets for it. And I'm thinking, no, I do have several of the Cinti packs as Unity versions. I've never tried them out. I've only ever stuck to the Unreal versions. Ah, see, this is explosives. I bet that's how we can blast our way through this piece of the scenery here. Quickly run away. Yeah, they have another thing that is very intriguing. They have, I think, some very neat effects that are only available for Unity. And I don't know if they're going to bring them to Unreal, but they look so nice. They're just like drag an effect in, and anything from a sprinkler system to fog and all kinds of other things like bullet fire. They have really neat effects that you can just drag in. And I've seen this is only available as a Unity product. But you never know. I think maybe as time goes on, perhaps they're going to go and make this available for Unreal as well. It's not exactly like you can just import things from one engine to another, so. All right. Chasm 2.0.
Something odd about that storm.
Is there now? Yes, I think if that was available, the particle pack, if that was available for Unreal, I would totally buy it. I've got the farm pack, and that comes with one that is inside the demo scene. That's very nice too. That's a thing that just goes and creates fog and clouds and makes sprinkler effects on the over the fields. And what I like about pre-built things like that is that you can have a peek inside and say, oh, how did they make that? And then you can adapt it to what you need them to be. So I like having something like a starting point rather than having to learn the complete principle from the beginning. I'm more of a guy who learns by doing and has a look at how things have been assembled, and then you go, oh yes, if I modify that, then that does that, and then eventually it kind of dawns on me. And then I can explain it too, but before that sometimes it's difficult for me to pick things up. So this looks like a massive gate here. We'll have a look at that in a minute. I think this is what they meant with, this is why they've developed the robotic arm to begin with, because I suppose the buttons at the top there, they're kind of, you know, high up. There we go. And some people aren't happy about the Cinti test scenes because they say, well, the scale isn't perfect, or this isn't perfect, that isn't perfect. And you think, well, it's not really meant to be. They're just demo levels in which you see how you can build your own level. You're not supposed to load that and then put it in your own game and then complain about the fact that it's not perfect. I suppose that's where some people make that mistake. But I do like them as well. Two bottom buttons. Red is not so good. And then there's that one. Gotcha. So we can press this one. And then that one. And, ooh, oh my goodness, it opens. It opens. Woo-hoo. Exactly. I have a feeling Unity is popular mainly for the reason that they were more open and accessible for users before Unreal Engine was. I think Unreal Engine is a little bit behind, or was a little bit behind, with making the engine open and available. I think before Unreal Engine 4, I don't think you could, as a regular Joe Bloggs, I don't think you could just go and
World? Hey, get away from him.
No way! Is this another crewmate? Alright. Buddy, you don't look so hot. You've got tentacles growing out of you. That's uncool. Let's zoom in a little bit and just have a quick nosy around here. There's something wiggling underneath him. It's the Thing all over again. Both my crewmates are now confirmed dead. It seems this planet is not lifeless after all. A deadly life form lingers below the surface of the planet. The woman seems to avoid their traps somehow. I will try to use this to my advantage, following her tracks as best as possible. Ay, caramba! Ugh. Her tracks as close as possible. Did she go over the mountain? This looks a bit green here now. There we go. So I say we best avoid these things that wiggle around here. If we can. Ooh. We also have a hover pack here. Let's make sure we don't get devoured like the crewmate, which we mourn, of course. Not that we didn't feel alone enough before. Oh, there's lots of tentacles here. That's crazy. Especially the large ones that wiggle. That's not cool. Located a vast field of columnar basalt. Really? These natural formations appear similar to those on Earth. Really? But at a far grander scale than any terrestrial occurrences I'm aware of. I have to assume they formed in a similar fashion to basalt columns on my home planet by the slow cooling of huge lava flows. As the hot substance cools into new rocks, it contracts, sending deep cracks into the surface in geometric patterns. Once these cracks go deep enough, they result in towering columns of rock. Very pretty, I must say. Yes, I think that's the only reason why Unity is so popular, because it was ahead in being openly accessible. And I think Unreal Engine only has made that change with Unreal Engine 4. So that's only been a few years. And Unity has had that open approach for quite a bit longer. And I think the amount of Unity games we see developing, or the Unity games coming out now, I think they come out because they've been in development for so long. But if a project were to choose a game engine now, I wager more people would use Unreal than Unity, especially as a first game.
Her feet seem to cause a biological reaction with the soil.
Indeed. The tracks are my guide, a delicate female footprint offering me subtle comfort as I press on into the unknown. Strangely, it's not always effective. I seem to lose the tracks in rocky areas, of which there are plenty. In the right light, though, I can see where they pick up again to continue my journey. An analysis of the soil at the point of contact suggests that there is something organic reacting to the person, or the thing, whatever she is, making the tracks. The faded glow is haunting, unsettling marks on the earth that make me recall nuclear propaganda films. I'm trying not to worry about the idea that with every step, my body is being irradiated beyond repair. Yes, there are quite a few game makers in our midst. Dreamlab is usually a regular viewer. I haven't seen him for a while. He is also working on a visual novel. So yeah, we're all kind of thinking, what can we do with the tools that we have? And get inspired by each other. That's what I like about our little community. We can bounce ideas around. Oh my god, don't jump off. I'm interested in this way of storytelling, because it's kind of a, even though it's a linear path, like you said, Beard Goblin, it is a very linear path that we're walking here, but it's kind of an immersive thing that you can take as fast or as slow as you want. And for us as 3D nerds, I'm always thinking, oh, this is kind of nice to just look at how these things are made, and the logic behind the game isn't actually as complex as other games need to be, so this doesn't have to constantly react on an ever-changing game world. That's kind of easier to keep track of, I guess. I've taken a sample from one of the root species. My field observation tools are not much of use, but from what I can tell, the creatures are a carbon-based life form. However, their cellular structure is completely unique. There's very little specialization between cells, and yet the cells appear to be far larger and vastly more complex than those of terrestrial animals, including humans. Okay. That is so true. That is so true. And for me, really, these types of tools like game engines or DAS or visual novels or whatever else, VR tools and all these kinds of gadgets that we have at our disposal, they're a little bit like, you could just go and write this as a story, but at the same time you could also tell it in a more modern way. So rather than just telling it with words, you underline the whole story with visuals like this. Visuals and audio effects. Is this the way we need to go? I can't quite tell. Maybe. There's a massive plant in the way over there. I'm not sure if we can get over it, or if we should just go and use maybe this side path here, I'm thinking. Yes, look at that. This could well be woman's footsteps. I mean, if it is a woman, we don't know. We've seen the character model just briefly up close. It kind of looks like a woman. Afti Kurel! Thank you so much for subscribing. I appreciate that, my friend. Welcome to the stream. If you're watching, if you're not watching, that's also totally fine. Enjoy the channel in that case. Oh yes, I think maybe from up here. Ow. Oh no, it's that storm thing again. Can I outrun it? I don't think it's chased us once before in the town there. Yes, that is... Think I've escaped it. Think I've outrun it. Good stuff. No, not at all. The longer comments on YouTube, I actually do enjoy them. And it's a nice form. I think YouTube comments are a great form of communication, actually. This is how I communicate with a lot of my audience, that we don't communicate in real time. We just leave each other comments. And sometimes it takes a day or so for the reply, but it's nice the amount of conversations I can casually have there. And usually on topics so that I always read them, I always enjoy them. Come on, oxygen, we can make it. It's just about, very good. Whew. I think I explained this in the very beginning here. Why are there these oxygen modules around? But gives a little bit of background to this. So the oxygen supply vehicle model A8. These supply vehicles will be sent to the planet 3 days in advance of the landing party to provide for longer excursions on the planet's surface. However, because unmanned probes have determined the planet is rich with life and oxygen levels on the planet are near the Earth's levels, these supply vehicles, these supply vehicles may not be needed. Yeah, well, obviously they are needed, otherwise we wouldn't have to wear the whole spacesuit thing. It's that dodgy cloud from Lost again, absolutely. Jeremy, welcome. How you doing this fine evening? I'm interested in this half-eaten donut over there in the distance. Can you see that? That's kind of nice. Why would there be a half-eaten donut in the middle of the desert? And how do we get there? With our newly found oxygen levels, let's have a look. Tape recorder? What's a tape recorder doing here in the middle of the desert? And there's a little spring over there too. Interesting. He sounds drunk, doesn't he? The latest shipment from home arrived today. Men, food and copper. But it was all lost. They appeared in an explosion of bright light and a thunderclap. Ashes of their remnants fading off on the wind. A horrible sight. I think we have a scene like that in Star Trek once when the teleporter stops working properly. Or the transporter rather than the teleporter. The ground surrounding their arrival is but a rock, which is quickly becoming commonplace. It seems as though the more green fire that is lost to our electrical production, the less I recognize the landscape. But this is merely a test. Our people face a long history of trials and difficult choices, and we understand anguish better than any culture. In the end, we always emerge stronger and wiser than before. It will be no different here. It can be no different here. I will rally the scientists together. Somehow we must return home. Our rations run low. The children look hungry. But we will prevail, even if I must return to Mother Russia and retrieve the supplies myself. Fat chance of that, half-eaten donut man. I'm not sure if you're going to make that. How come he's still reading? Was there more in Russian than there was in English? Is this something here? This looks like something. Look at that, beautiful Celestine mineral, and one of the largest I've seen actually. But if I recall, there's a 10-meter wide Celestine geode in Ohio, so Earth would still win a galactic Celestine mineral contest. If there is such a thing. Surgery, tell us about the surgery. What did you have? Surgery sounds exciting. It isn't exciting usually. I'm just glad you survived and you're with us. This could be the way. Another unidentified white bit here. I've picked up her tracks again. I don't think this isn't well done. The whole, he says something, our character says something that isn't what it says on the screen. So either narrate what is on the screen, but don't put up a caption while you're also having to read something else. I don't think that's well designed. I find personally, but hey, one of those things. Ah, my goodness, bowel cancer. Welcome to the club, my man. How are you holding up? When was it? Tell us all the gory details if you like. Always nice to speak to a fellow bowel cancer survivor. Very, very well done. Welcome to the club, my friend. Setting aside the mystery of how she is able to survive out here, I still don't know if I can trust her. her trail appears to lead me away from dangers, but maybe that's just because she's looking out for herself. One thing is certain, she doesn't want me following her, and that's exactly what I have to follow. It's time for some answers. Oh, I'm good. Yeah, I'm totally good about it. I think it's when, once you've been in that situation, you just become much less scared of sharing any of these intimate bits and bobs. Yeah, no, I'm totally fine if you want to go ahead. I'm good. I'm good. Rated R! Welcome! Thank you so much for dropping by, and thank you so much for the happy hippo! Always good. Yes, right, that's a bit of a bad design thing. So either hold that back or read out what it says on the screen. But hey, let's see what happens in Lifeless Moon. I mean, David's had so much feedback. While she's up there, we're gonna have to take the bottom path here, I think. Ah, she can walk over here, so can we. Yeah, I think if anything, this whole ordeal has made me realize what's important and what isn't. And your own happiness is certainly of paramount importance. I was literally, this morning, I was lying in bed and I was thinking, hey, this is all just so... I'm just grateful for the fact that I'm alive. Petrocelli! Thank you so much for the wonderful coffee donation and welcome to the stream. I can't walk down here. I'm gonna have to go and jump. Ah! No! Survived in real life, didn't quite survive in the game. Okay, let's try this again. Oh, there's this boulder here, of course, right. See, I had to die to get to understand the significance of the boulder. Could well be, Jeremy. Maybe this is just a fence. Oh wow, so you did that. That's very lucky indeed, Beard Goblin. That is very cool. So you got away with just with surgery. That is nice. And are you closed up, or do you have any what they call diversions that are necessary? Like permanent ones? And you got away without any nasty chemotherapy drugs? Ileostomy, gotcha. Do you know, I don't think there is rated R. There is... no, there isn't. Is there? Try exclamation mark BB. That might work. Exclamation mark BB. That might do the trick. Let's try it out. I don't remember if I've implemented it or not. That was super lucky. My goodness. Congrats. Yeah, ileostomy, that's usually in place because the bottom part of the colon takes longer to heal. The top part is
that doesn't look safe.
Is quicker to heal. No, that doesn't look safe at all, does it? Yes, that isn't really safe. Can I jump over here? Is that going to be another one of those terror jumps? Or are we not meant to go over here? Let's just go sail to the bottom like this. Yes. Yes, my mom has a friend, and he was diagnosed pretty much at the same time as I was. And while I'm doing really well, and it looks like I've finished my treatment, and I'm just on the watch list of things that need to be monitored. He had tumors in his liver which could not be removed, so he is still dealing with chemotherapy every 4 weeks just to keep the tumors at bay. So most of it was dealt with in surgery, but some of it just can't be removed because it would be a life-threatening operation for him. So they've left that in place, and just every time the tumor kind of keeps growing, and then they just shrink it again with chemo, and that is not a life. I'm not sure if I agree with that treatment, but that is what he's going through, and that's since 2016. So for the last 4 years, that is kind of crazy. Thank you, Julia. Those are the links. Absolutely, that's my witness statement of my whole my cancer history. I've got this website, supersurvivor.tv, and I've got the book, Broken Bowels: Tales of a Super Survivor, that tells the whole story of what I've been through, and how I ultimately have been cured. So I'm just lucky it went that way, and I mean it could have gone either way at any point. So I totally feel for what you've gone through there. All the better that we're actually here and we can, get your copy today. Yes, all the better that we can actually be here together and just shoot the breeze over a video game. Oh, nice, Beard Goblin, excellent. Lots of setbacks to production lately, really. We've installed a new crane on top of the supply building. Well, I should say we installed an old crane. This thing is a piece of junk. However, we managed to hook up a power source and get it running long enough to hoist a load of supplies up for safekeeping overnight. I sure hope the scientists find a cure soon. Cure, huh? Oh yeah, that's the piece of junk crane. I like it. So it's correct. I'm assuming that you have
Find a way to turn this on.
That you have one more surgery ahead of you. That is for the reversal of the ileostomy. Yes, I do need to find a way to turn this thing on. Let's see. So I suppose the button doesn't work because the power isn't on. So I suppose if we just follow wherever that cable goes, that might just go and bring power back, right? In my foolishly simple mind, I'm thinking, yeah, that sounds like a good plan. See if we can do that. Those funky telegraph poles again. Oh yes, I can feel another green boulder puzzle coming on. We're familiar with them. Hope these platforms are holding up. I don't know if we're in like a Mario type experience where when you step on one, it just goes and falls down. Let's just hope that's not implemented. There we go. This device needs an energy source. Ah yes. Because currently what's in there is just a yellow little rock that's probably had its day. Well, I guess we're gonna have to find a green rock then. Oh yeah, look at that! Some handy green rocks just behind us. That is kind of nice. How do we pick those up? Oh, that's easy. Good stuff. And we have backup rocks. That's never bad. Right, yeah, of course. Haha. You see, this is how quickly things just get forgotten. There is another public health crisis that affects all of us right now, which might well affect surgery dates. Do you know, my ileostomy reversal was fascinating. While the first surgery was really tricky. So I had both. I had a colostomy and an ileostomy, not at the same time, but at the first a colostomy to when my sigmoid colon was removed. For that to heal at the lower part, I had to heal at the upper part, I had a colostomy, and then I was on chemo treatment and on immunotherapy treatment, and once that was all done, and they were happy with me to have another surgery to literally finish the thing off. Then they reversed the colostomy, but in order for that to happen, they had to give me an ileostomy first. So they reversed the whole surgery, had a look inside me to see how much of my cancer was still there. And that was the big thing. There was nothing there. Immunotherapy literally got rid of everything. So my body had reversed the whole cancer thing. Anything that the cancer had destroyed, my body had reversed thanks to the immunotherapy. That was super exciting. So I had the colostomy for 9 months to almost a year, and then that was reversed into an ileostomy, so that the lower part could heal for 2 months. And during that time I had the ileostomy, so I know what it's like to live with both, which is crazy. I prefer the colostomy over the ileostomy, I must say. And then they reversed that, and I thought, well, that's gonna have to, I can't just go eat the next day once I'm out of surgery. And no, my colon surgeon disagreed. He goes, no, just, you can start eating. This is great. And I was thinking, what are we going to eat? Maybe like a little bit of light broth and see if there's no stitches popping out. And no, let's get steak and mashed potatoes. You think it was delicious because I hadn't had solid food in over a year at that point. So yes, they gave me steak and potatoes literally the day after surgery, which is crazy. And touch wood, it all held up. So nothing. I had no complaints, which is just absolutely awesome. So And then so after I was closed up again, after I had no plastic things hanging out of me again, it was everything was back to normal. It's kind of unbelievable how the body deals with this. I will forever have some platinum little hooks in 2 parts of my colon, and lots of them. How do I use this thing again? There we go. Plunge into here. A power up. That junky lift that we passed a few miles away. Ah, there we go. Look at that, all green glow everywhere. Yes. That may have ever so slightly compromised our way back. Oh, don't tell me I have to go over here. That would be terrible. Really? Don't say that. Do you know, rated R, I didn't really like Mirror's Edge either. I think I've tried it many years ago. That really wasn't for me. It was when it first came out, and it was ever so slightly overhyped. I took a look at it and I was thinking, oh my god, no, that's not for me. Glad it's still around. Do you know, that's interesting, isn't it? Yeah, I wasn't sure how that whole thing was gonna work out either. I was really scared about this, about how I would adapt to artificial colon exit and all those things. I was seriously worried about this, and I'm so glad it wasn't actually as big an issue as I had anticipated. So my first surgery, they weren't sure what's gonna happen. So they when they opened me up for the first time, they found that my tumor had extended way beyond what they thought. They didn't even know it was going to be that big a problem at that point, and they found out it was actually much bigger inside than they had anticipated, and for that reason, my surgeon gave me the colostomy, and it was a bit of a. It was kind of a 50-50 when we went in. We didn't really know how would I come out with the first surgery. And yes, I was thinking, oh shit, how am I gonna deal with this? And it's just it wasn't as big an issue as I thought. And the supplies are phenomenal. I used Coloplast, which was great. They had really nice supplies, and our insurance covered it all. That was really good. Yeah. So I think what I've learned from this whole experience is, even though sometimes we don't know there is a solution, I think when we trust that there is one, even know what the solution is, it'll all kind of work out. So this thing about that, I don't know what a solution exactly looks like, doesn't mean there isn't one. And I think that was a big issue for me that I thought if I can't see how exactly this is going to work technically, then this is going to be a bit of a problem in my head, and it turned out it actually wasn't. So yeah, I had the same anticipations about that. Yeah, this walking around the next day is kind of this is a weird thing as well. I still can't really get my head around that actually works. You know, that the body is able to do that without stitches popping out or, you know, staples coming loose, and that is something that I found extremely fascinating myself. No, we've got that multiple jetpack thing going again, which is nice. Yes, because the titanium rated R, that doesn't go away, does it? It just stays there forever. And I think if you do go through certain security controls at the airport, it still does show up. So you're advised with those types of things to always carry a doctor's note with you, that when they scan you multiple times and they say, "Damn, brother, they're still going off," you can always show them, well, you know, metal man. I don't think I can go all the way over here. Do you think? That's a little bit too far. That also looks too far. And we've just about come from here. Is this possible? It might be possible. Oh, it is possible. My goodness. Crazy stuff. It's also a good name for a comic book hero. Titanium Man! Well, don't want to get reckless with that jetpack here. I think a game like this is actually perfect for the conversation that we're having, because this is happening in the background, but it doesn't require as much attention as another game might be. And you go, oh, that's nice, we can just have a conversation about what we're currently talking about. I like it. I like it. That looks like the next step here. That, on the other hand, how are we going to do that? Maybe we need to be up here? Is that the way to go? Well, here goes nothing. Yes, look at that, how lucky we were. No deaths have happened. I mean, there's this one death. Oh, jetpack fuel depleted, come on. That was nice. I wish there'd be a hack that we could have it forever. Maybe once you've completed the game, that'd be a nice little option that you can give the player. Ooh, donut factory. I like it. And just to finish this off, it took me a while to eat my first donut again after the surgery as well. I think once I was completely closed up again, I did have a surgery. I did have a donut, and I did enjoy it. But I eat much less donuts now than I used to. Yeah, I mean, I still have never had popcorn again, because that is just, you know, with its sharp edges, I'm thinking, oh, I'm not going to put that in my colon again. Put colon. No, don't do that. It's like razor sharp. I'm not going to risk that again. So I'm much more careful with what I eat these days than I used to be. Oh, paresthesia. That's a good word. That's a good password as well. Paresthesia 2020% or something. That is very cool. I've got this thing with my big surgery scar, because I was opened up twice, like on literally halfway down my body in the same place. There's the nerve endings are there's this kind of numb in the middle there. That's the only thing that I have. Cherry Cola, hey, you have to have some vices. That's cool. Cherry Cola is allowed. Ah, what's this? Oh, I see, I see. They're not in the same... They're not all in the same... in the same plane, as it were. Let's go play some puzzles here. What do we do here? This thing goes into here. Ah, there we go. Good stuff. Gotcha, gotcha. We just go switch these things in line with one another. Perhaps this guy looks a little bit out of place as well. There! Alright. Perfect. And that does that. Ah. Interesting. And that does what? Kind of focuses a beam of the green power into certain other places. Could be left, could be right. I suppose since we've come from here, I would imagine we're going the other way. Yeah, I'd imagine. So beings were on this planet before, much larger than humans. Then somehow Russians in the Temporal Order find a portal that teleports them from Earth to this planet. They think, hey, this is awesome, we'll keep it all super secret. Do some experiments. Then many years later, the Americans find this planet. They send... oh, there we go. They send their own thing, which I'm part of, and my 2 dead crewmates. And then, even though the sensors showed them there's a ton of life out here on this planet, we arrive here, well, when I say we, I arrive here, and there doesn't seem to be much life anymore left at all. And we're all ever so slightly perplexed as to what's happened here with this world. Could well be that the sensor readings were literally from the past. That might be possible. But it's one of those things, by the time light reaches us, it's been traveling for a while. Jetpack fuel! Alright, perfect. So that means I can probably go back up here. Maybe. Maybe? I don't know, maybe? Ah! Don't die! Don't you die on me! Timing. Timing is of the essence. Camera angles, terrible, as always. Ah, that doesn't work. Do I have to go over this way again? And then just sneak my way up over there? That could be. The YouTube channel Medical Misfits. I like that. Yes, and then from there over to here, maybe? That might be possible. Oh no! Terrible camera angle. I like the group hug moment. Group hug moment. Yeah, see, I was thinking of going over... It got me over here. That's not really where we want to be, is it? We want to be kind of over there. Oh yeah, this way then. Come on. Make sure to keep pointing the camera at the correct direction here. Perfect. Then we should be able to go over here. Whoa! Rated R! $10 super chat! Thank you so much, my friend. I very much appreciate that. Who gets paid for dying in a video game? That's crazy. Oh, the poor little hippo is totally wrecked. Thank you. Very, very nice of you. Very generous. But it looks like it's also a bit of a dead end. Or Is it? Maybe not. Ah, see, sneaky path upstairs. All right. We love the hippos. Nope, dead end number 47. Uncool. Come on. How else would we get back up there? So following this will just get us to where we've just been. Essentially up there. Well, we put the power into the thing, but how we need to get back to the thing that gets us upstairs, I would imagine. You almost had a good day. Well, maybe it's gonna be a good day. You know, you never know. Sometimes you don't know how good a day is until you wait a little bit. And I totally understand. I totally understand. Well, yeah, I don't know. This is, if you have any ideas, do let me know. I'm kind of a little bit puzzled. I don't quite remember how we got across this here the first time. It kind of worked. But of course, I've got one of these conditions that is the short-term memory. You tell me something today, I don't remember it tomorrow. No, actually, it doesn't work that way. You tell me something today, I will remember it tomorrow. But I do something today, I don't remember how it worked tomorrow. Because tomorrow I'm going to have to go and work it out again from scratch. Which is why I have so many websites on which I make notes on how things worked in that moment. Yes, it gets expensive for the viewers, Nate. Welcome to the stream. Good to see you again, my friend. So I'm trying my best not to die, to make it as cheap as possible on you guys. As he jumps off a cliff. Oh dear, sorry about that. Yes, this is Lifeless Planet, so this is kind of a puzzle, adventure, deep space exploration thing. We can just go jump, we can just walk back from here, can't we? Duh. Mega easy. Now that I look at it again, that death was completely unnecessary. And then we press this button here, I guess. Hiya! And then junk lift comes down. The Russian's word, not mine. Oh, come on, you could just come a little bit further down. Should we press it again? Maybe it comes further down again. Duh. That's where you're stopping? That's unfair, man. Also, what's my benefit once I'm actually on the lift? Can I press the go back up button somehow? No, I can't, can I? How are you this fine morning, Nate? Is it going to be a stream day for you? Are you going to stream today? And if so, what's the game? I think somebody developed a game recently that is free. Oh no! No, 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 I don't know! Ah! I'm so sorry, it's gonna cost you another 10 bucks. All major credit cards accepted. I'll try not to die this time. Come on. There is a game actually that I've seen recently. It's a free game that is designed, it's a kind of a little mini racing game that is designed for your viewers on Twitch to play before you go live with your real stream. So that's a really nice idea. I of course forgot what it's called, but it's on Steam, and I thought that was such a neat idea. It integrates somehow with the Steam API. And it lets your viewers in the chat control the cars that are driving around. That sounds really, really interesting. So, how am I gonna be able to jump just over the wiggly tentacles here? Or should I go around? Julia says jump. Oh. Oh, I don't know. I can't make a decision. Julia says jump. What do you guys say? So we're gonna take a vote here. Not swimming in sweat for a change. It's a bit hot in Canada, is it, at the moment? Indeed, yes. Shame we don't have GIFs on YouTube. Oh! Jumping is not a good idea. It's $10, Julia, sorry. Very good. Okay, let's try this again. Now by going around. So I suppose I could just go up here and then... And that's not a good idea. Ow, ow. So maybe I need to go land on this thing right away. Yes! Alright! Success! I need to put my applause board back on. Is this... Can we actually hear this? Can we? No, we can't, can we? No. I need to hook it up. Yes, we can. I can hear it. Can you hear it? I don't know if you can hear it. Yes, let me know if there was an applause sound effect there, actually.
Right? I am told you were once married.
Oh.
Yes, that's right. Years ago.
But then your wife turned up missing one day.
Well, friends thought maybe she had just run off, but...
But you knew otherwise?
Yes, ma'am, and I went looking for her. I searched for her. Day and night.
Thank you, Jeremy. I thought it wasn't hooked up. I have a button here that says crowd, but I wasn't sure if it's actually hooked up, so I'll see if I can make that happen. Russian woman. Don't jump! You've got so much to live for! Dramatic moment there. Slightly questionable character design. I think that could have been done a little bit better. I'm sure there's better assets than this. This looks like Victoria 1.0 from 1995. So I'm thinking that could have probably done better. But I'm also aware that there's always time constraints. Oh, okay, that's interesting. I barely missed that. Also, why is it night all of a sudden? And have we jumped after woman now? I don't know. Ugh. As long as these guys don't poke me, I think I'm alright. So don't walk into the wiggly bits. And also make sure you don't get stabbed by the other pokey bits. And then of course there's areas like this. I don't know if the little guys actually do something. Let's try it out. No charge. Nope, the little guys don't do anything. That's good to know. Whoa. Lifeless my foot. Indeed, robot chicken. I see. So the little grey guys, they're okay, but the slightly larger, wiggly, dark guys here, they're like mega evil. We've already tried jumping over that earlier. That did not work so well. Ugh. I'm scared. Right, this is it. The game stops here. We're not playing anymore. Oh, come on. How are we going to get through this? I can't just go and walk through these guys. That's gonna ice me. Nate, are you streaming something today? And if so, what are you streaming? Oh, you're not streaming? Oh, I should have just read the chat. Sorry. I have a feeling that the larger pokey things... Oh, there we go. The larger pokey things, when they poke out, I have a feeling we can walk over that pokey bit like that. I think we can probably walk up there. Ah, there we go. I've encountered a new...
strike. They become safe to interact with.
Case in point, either read out the text character or don't put two types of text on the screen at the same time. Bad design, David. Bad design. I've encountered a new species of the deadly life form that took the lives of my companions. This one's much bigger and lunges when I stand nearby. But it also becomes harmless a moment after it strikes. Touching or standing on the creature is no longer deadly, as if they use all their energy in the attack. I may be able to use this attribute to my advantage. Yes, like this. If I then go and do that. Nice. Indeed, thank you so much, Julia. Oh, Mass Effect Andromeda, alright. I might watch you there because I have it and I found it so boring, it's unbelievable. But that might be because I just didn't get it. That is very possible. I'm one of those guys who doesn't often get things. But I was a big fan of Mass Effect 2, so I played that. That was a really nice game. And then when I got Andromeda on the PlayStation 4, I was thinking, are you serious, guys? And that was not just the animations, which were after the patches. They were hilarious before, but they were seriously uncool still after. That was available on the Origin store for for literally $4.99 at one point. Andromeda. Yes. Is it just this way? Just follow the green footsteps and see what happens. So maybe I'll pick up a tip or trick or tip or two from you there, Nate. I never played 3. That is still on my list of things to explore. So let's see. I just approach this. It goes and lunges out. I'm undeterred, and I'm just gonna go walk up here. And I'm thinking, hey, this is nice. Oh, good. And then we just go do this. I like it. I like it a lot. Me too. I think I was femshep. And I greatly enjoyed walking around in the dress on the bridge. That was nice. So now that we're here, where else might we be going, I wonder? Oh, this way maybe. Yes. Easy. And then that, can we move this? I mean, should we move it? Where would we move it to? And other questions. Doesn't the hand icon come... Oh, there we go. Ah, yes. Gotcha. And then we just go move this over here. Make sure it doesn't roll back and crushes our skull. That would be ever so slightly uncool. Let's go jump up here. See if this is where the story continues. The Division, alright. Mr. Tom Clancy. Author turns video game story provider. That's kind of cool. I wonder what input he has in his stories being made. I was always interested in that. I'm sure he doesn't sit there figuring out Unity or Unreal Engine. He probably has people for that. Yeah, but the writing aspect in video games is not something to be underestimated. And even big studios do get it wrong. I mean, you know, the whole Uncharted story, as much as I appreciate the efforts that are going on there, sometimes I'm thinking you guys would benefit from advice there, you know? Wiggle and... Oh! Oh, that's me thinking that this is gonna make a bridge here. Oh, wow, that's how he's done it. That is very cool. You have my name and just plaster it on, and it's kind of cool. I'll just go write novels and just cream off a little percentage here. That's very nice. Good on Tom. So maybe we'll walk on the outside here. Just making sure we stay away out of the from these ever so slightly larger guys here. Ugh, it wiggles. I don't like plant people. Are you a bridge creature thing? Yes, good stuff. Thank you. Hiya. Yes, and if you do have any questions about streaming and how to tackle this whole thing, any aspect, do let me know. Always available with any knowledge that I may have acquired over the years. I'm in the process of redesigning my websites. At first I was just going to implement a few new features, and then I thought, well, I might as well just go all out and update the theme that I've been running for about 6 years on both my websites, wpguru.tv and verselewis.com. They serve different purposes, so yeah. What did she say? Does anyone speak Russian here? She probably said something along the lines of, that is terrible, don't go that way. Or stop following me. One of these two things. Totally didn't die, Nate. Believe in me. I'm invincible. As the character dies immediately. Ow! See? Unbelievable. I just took a brief look at the chat. Oh my goodness. And then that happens. Right, I will wait here, read the chat, and then come back to the game. How's that? Yes, and the redesign process, it's a bit like I've found a new theme that I've used on both my games asset database and my 3D asset database. And the beauty of that theme, called Generate Press for WordPress, is that it's one of the lightest themes out there. I'm always concerned about performance, and I don't like bloated themes that load more than they really need to display relevant data. So I'm a big fan of custom queries rather than generic queries that make things a bit faster and more elegant. And then there's a whole, does it work on mobile as well as desktop query issue thing? And so I found one that's really nice. And they have a premium module that makes it all look extra super pretty and special. And so I bought that, and I've played around with it a bit, and I'm thinking, ooh, that is very nice. So one of the things I'm implementing is that every supporter gets a link so that they can register themselves for ad-free browsing on my website, which is great. So all the articles that I have on my websites, they are what is this? There's adverts on my websites, and it makes me a good amount of money. But for supporters, I'd like to switch them off. That's in place already, but I'd like to extend that so that my supporters can also view my YouTube content ad-free. And that is how I actually started. And I thought maybe I can bolt that onto the existing websites, but then I thought actually it's going to be even better if I just refresh the whole website. And it's I'm kind of 30% there, so I'll spend another week or so to make it look all pretty. Maybe not a week, but it's probably how long it's going to take. And then we have brand new websites. It looks similar to the current ones, but better. That's my plan, and more elegant under the hood with code and all that. Fairly large sample of a calcium uranium phosphate known as autunite. There's likely to be a bit of radiation in this sample, so I've carefully sealed it to prevent contamination. Amazing how many naturally occurring rocks and minerals contain poisons of one kind or another. Good thing I paid attention in geology class. Yeah, good on you. I, on the other hand, did not. I'm relying on my scientist buddy here to make sure we don't die. That looks too far to jump. I mean, we only have one puff in our jetpack left here. That is a very good attitude, actually. That was just a premonition. I just saw this in my mind's eye, and now that I know what's happening, I'm gonna now avoid that. That's very clever. I've just bought that Skyrim and Fallout 4 when they were on sale. I haven't tried them out yet, but that's one of the other things that were on my wish list. And I've totally bought them. There's something steaming down here. Can I go down here somewhere? I don't think so. Can someone switch on the light here? It's all a bit dark. What happened to the beautiful daylight? Oh, I can just go walk over here. That's easy. Phew. Instant reincarnation, that's what it is, exactly. Yes, it's one of those games that takes hundreds of hours to do, Fallout 4. Where Skyrim is one of those games you can literally play forever, from what I understand. There's a YouTuber over 80 years old. She's called the Gaming Grandma, I think. Shirley something. Forgot her last name now. She is so sweet. She doesn't live stream. She makes recordings of her Skyrim streams, of her Skyrim gameplay, and then she just sends us as little videos to her grandchildren and community. She has nearly 1 million subscribers because she does that. That is just so beautiful. And it's just the way she plays is just so relaxing to watch. Shirley Curry, that's her, exactly. Yes, that's her, Shirley Curry. Ah, I see. So now we have to go jump and then land on the spike. That's never gonna work. Never gonna work. We may be able to land on this ledge over there. Just about. I mean, you know, I don't want to cost you guys $10. So I'd rather thoroughly research how to get over here. Getting over it by Bennett 40. We can't even, that's not possible, is it? No. So I will attempt to go over here from a high part. I could go from here. That is technically closer to the ledge, but it's also further down. So I'm thinking I'll try the high part first. Okay. And 500 to 600 hours in Skyrim. Wow. It's that good, huh? That's good to know, because sometimes games just... you can just keep playing them and you're just so engrossed. Oh, that's good to hear. Skyrim Special Edition. 4,000 hours. Seriously. Each. Nate, how old are you? 105? How long have you been playing these games? That is unbelievable. 4,000 hours each. Do you know how many years that is? Non-stop playing? My goodness. That is very cool. Yeah, I can see that. Wow. Nate, that is seriously impressive. You should be one of those guys who's online 24/7 during that gameplay. That'd be seriously cool. Literally 7 days a week, 8 hours a day. That's how they do it, you know? Next thing, you're gonna sign an exclusive agreement with Mixer. Oh no, that they don't exist anymore, do they? For 80 million bucks. Oh no, sorry, 30 million bucks. And then you get paid off early because the platform decides, well, we don't want to do this anymore. Oh, I see. I've just gone the wrong way. Duh. Hey, that's uncool. 4,000. That's probably because I'm thinking of Nate's 4,000 hours on Skyrim and Fallout. Yeah, they do have an appeal, don't they, survival games? Right, yes. I suppose, yeah, if you had the time... So, okay, we came from here. I wish there was a compass in this game. We walk over here, we walk through here. We make sure we avoid all the nasty wiggly plants, of course. We go through here. Do we? No, we don't. We go into here, I think. We also don't die. Oh yeah, and then we're at this ledge here, and we ask ourselves, how do we get across, right? Yes, I remember us being here before. How do we do that? We don't go back, that's for sure. We go over here, follow the green stuff. Ah yes, casually hover over here. Yeah. Make sure we don't die over here. There also comes a point where everything looks the same in this game, doesn't it? Where you think, well, I don't know. Have I been here? Should I be here? Then the green stops, which is slightly disconcerting. Oh, this looks kind of new. Yeah, green continues. Awesome. Oh, maybe there's a... Do they use a hack, do you think? A mod? The no sleep mod? The kind of the coffee mod? Oh, I see. Yes, yes, that is a point, yeah. If there is so much to explore. There was nothing there, otherwise I wouldn't have gone there. Scam. Okay, let's try this one again, without dying this time. Yes, Skyrim is something that I have yet to explore. I've not been there yet. But I have a feeling that if it's as addictive as people tell me, maybe it's beneficial for my health if I don't actually do that. Dang, brother, that's cold! Stop killing me! And again, I didn't actually see anything nasty there. I mean, maybe it's all of a sudden the rules change. That's never good when that happens in a game. That's something that was harmless for the last 2 hours is all of a sudden mega deadly. We don't really want to see that, do we? So like walking into this field, must avoid at all costs. That's also not where the green stuff is anymore. The green stuff is kind of, I don't know, further up here or something. Ah, yes. Oh, I see. We can go walk up here. That's what we're supposed to do, really? Could do that. We could try. Can we? No, we can't. It's a bit too steep for his liking. Yeah, too steep for his liking. We'll continue down this way. See if we find a way out here. It is actually nice that the game kind of guides you here with the green stuff, because this landscape gets seriously repetitive, so it's very easy to get lost in where we are, where we're going and all. Yes, and this cliff ensures we're never going to go back. Okay, good riddance, I say. Or get trapped forever. One of the two options is a possibility here. Ah, yes. That gets us over there. Isn't that where we've just come from? I think it is. I don't know where we're going anymore, I'm afraid. I'm going to pour myself another cup of coffee while I catch up on the chat. Oh, those are mods? My goodness, a huge modder community, of course, on those types of games. My god, look, see, this is the thing, there's so much to learn just to even play the game. You can't just pick up the game. There's like learning the game and then learning the modding scene of the game. Sounds complicated. Whereas with Man-Eater, you just press a button and eat people. That's much easier. So, okay then, we've got this cliff thing here. There's this green stuff. Did we just come from here? Did anyone pay attention? Because I didn't. I think this is... Have we come from here? Or is this where we're going back to / from? It all looks the same. I don't know where I'm going. At least this is green, so this is kind of hopefully the right path. I keep hearing these things behind me. That's kind of good to know because it means I haven't been here before. Oh yes. Oh, no, come on. I didn't even... There was nothing there that could have killed me. Crazy! I mean, what the... Okay, let's try this again. Beard Goblin, thank you so much for a wonderful cup of coffee that I will be enjoying with you. That is very nice. Thank you, Beard Goblin. I appreciate that. Ko-fi, very, very cool new provider. I'm going to write more about that on a website. This is a backup provider that I've got, that I've started because it's an alternative to Patreon, really, to support me. And it accepts one-off donations as well as ongoing donations. So, you know, for those of you who think, hey, ongoing donations on a monthly basis, that's just not what we do on streams, but every once in a while drop me a coffee. Ko-fi is just the way to do this. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. And of course includes some supporter perks as well, such as access to my Discord server, which is a private server, so not everyone gets access, but supporters do. And you also get that wonderful ad-free browsing for videos and articles. Videos soon to be released. There's a little article in there in the welcome email that will tell you what to do, where to go, and how to register. And if you have any questions, then of course, do let me know. Woo! Ko-fi! It looks like this was the right way to go, actually. Russian woman! Tell me your name. Why do you look like plant? Oh no.
What are you up to? Whoa!
Oh! Oh, that's creepy. It wasn't Russian woman at all. It was plant looking like Russian woman.
This has got to be some kind of a trap.
Absolutely. You best stay away from that. Oh. No. There's another one. Look at that. Oh. That is a very cool animation, I must say. Oh, that is creepy. The tree people. First we had plant people, now we have tree people. There's another one. The trap would be really, really devious if they'd stay looking like the woman until the bitter end, rather than quickly before I approach them go and then turn into root again. Ooh! Aurora Borealis, look at that! Very nice. Last Stand. Ooh, city and all that. Very nice. Good aurora effect there, very cool. Spank it with the fire pedal. No, actually, Nate, this is a planet that's so far away. It's like unbelievably far. We don't actually know where it is, but it's so far away that it takes years for, I don't know, close to light speed travel to get there. So far away, in fact, that the interview that this guy recorded is arriving on Earth later than he is arriving on the planet, or something. I don't know if I explained that very well, / understood it properly. See if we can have a look in town. Looks like a Greek settlement. The 5th one, really, if we give that number a bit of credence. How does Cyrillic work with numbers? Do they have Western numbers and just Cyrillic letters?
Looks like the portal creators recalibrated the portal away from Earth and back to the alien homeworld. And the Russians were afraid of what might be on the other side.
Interesting. Do you think the Russians would have met the guys who live on this planet? So yeah, Nate, so the story is we've arrived here, there was no life on the planet even though our sensors showed us there would be, and it turns out Russians have been here like years before, fiddled with this and have already gone again. And I'm now the last survivor who has to figure out how did this whole thing happen. So from what we gather so far, the Russians got here. So I got here in a rocket that got sent here with 2 other guys, and they died. And the Russians got here because they found a portal that teleports them from Earth to this faraway planet. And this is also how supplies then got teleported here. I don't think they had a way to go back yet. I think they were working on that to make that portal work in both ways. But the portal, it appears, has been created by aliens that were like, I don't know, 10 times taller than we were, which is why these doors are so massive. And they were kind of not really concerned about Earth. They were more concerned about their home world. See if this tape recorder gives us some more insights. Due to the power fluctuations we first witnessed last winter, we have been unable to use the portal. Hey, that's gotta suck. After the accident, we decided to wait for a few weeks to see if the portal stabilized. It didn't, and in fact it has now been months since we have been able to transport anyone through the portal. That's crazy. Then, just yesterday, as I monitored the device, I witnessed something both exhilarating and terrifying. Through the flickering light of the portal, I saw, for the briefest moment, a fantastic alien world with unbelievable architectural structures. It seems the portal creators have recalibrated the portal to a new destination, their home planet. We dare not attempt to travel through it now. I see. So I don't know if the Russians and the aliens were here at the same time on this planet, or if the aliens had already left, or what not. They started handing us bread today. That's not the aliens, I guess. This was not a foreign concept to us, but it was something we all thought we left behind. Where are the supplies? Why haven't they sent us food? If we knew it would have been like this, we would have planted crops. Surely with all this plant life, we could have grown grain for bread. Yes, I see. So what was going on here? All we know is that the Russians are no longer here, except for one woman. Or how long that's been. Or how they would have communicated with Mother Russia to send more supplies. It's all very, very mysterious. Have we looked at everything in the settlement? Was that it? That can't have been it. Let's have another quick browse around. There may have been like that thing over there. Let's have another look in that. I've just rushed through here because I seem to remember there was not much to find. But that doesn't mean I haven't overlooked anything. Creepy town. Ah, like there. Very good. Jetpack fuel collected. Now I can do things like this, which is awesome. I'm glad we picked that up. That's going to come in handy. Every once in a while the game gives you this thing that you can jump longer gaps and longer distances. I bought a product for Unreal that has amazing Aurora Borealis effects as well. Ultimate Sky, I think it's called. By Everett Gunther. I remember his name. Ultimate Dynamic Sky, that's the exact name of the product. And it's about 20-30 bucks. But it's beautiful. You literally pop this into Unreal Engine. It's Unreal Engine product only. I don't think it's available for Unity. I don't actually know. But it's beautiful. You just plug this in, replace the default sky, or use this as your sky, and then you can either animate the sky, and when it's nighttime the moon comes out, the stars come out. You can change the cloud formations. Beautiful, beautiful plugin. And it animates the sky during the time of day. You can set that to on and off. You don't have to have that on. And you can choose to have the Aurora Borealis effect come out at night, which is awesome. Seriously cool. Good investment. So if I ever do something with Unreal Engine, that is certainly something that will be featured as my default sky. Yeah, Ultimate Dynamic Sky by Everett Gunther. Yes, good documentation, that's always important in any 3D product. Good documentation. How does this thing actually work? Some demo videos. Good stuff. And more bread. I guess we go up here, is that right? I guess so. Oh, don't die. Don't you die. Don't you walk into the plants either. Just follow the Aurora Borealis and see where it gets you. If it gets you anywhere. If this was a truly American mission, surely they would have sent something along the lines of a moon buggy with the astronauts that we could drive around here. Wouldn't that be cool? That'd be quite nice to look at a landscape like that and explore it with a little car. I don't think we can jump all the way over there, I don't think. Do you know that could be part of the way the website is logged is designed? Could that be? Is that on every website, Nate? And a gun, I say, not or a gun, and a gun. We should have a car and a gun. Good old quartz, second most abundant mineral on planet Earth. Nice to see it all the way out here as well. Hey, maybe we're on Earth after all. Could that be? Could be that we're just in a different time on Earth. That might be possible. Maybe that portal is more like a time travel device than anything else. Do we need to go down there, or do we need to go up here? That is another possibility. Go up here, that's a possibility. Let's try that. Yes. I think that's how we can do it. We can climb this thing and then just casually go use our multi-jetpack to go over these gaps. He says. Yes, like so. That should get us somehow to over to here, really? Could get us over here and then up to... Yes, that could be. Oh my god, I'm scared already. I'm making a big mistake. Oh, crazy. That was not a good idea. Drive by action. But then who would you drive by action? Oh, are we up here? Oh, that is neat. Oh, great. I don't have to do this. Look, I think this is what we were supposed to do, and we just made it. I think. That looks like a good way up. Let's try that. Oh, I see. No, we haven't made it at all. We're back here. And we do what now? Oh, there's the green footsteps that follow us. Is that where we need to be? I'm so confused. Oh, those footsteps are downstairs. Can I go there? I have a feeling we're kind of walking in parallel, high up where she's walking. Because now that we're up here, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? What are we going to do? We can't go up here. And even if we could, I mean, would that make a difference? No $10, sorry. That death was not worth $10. I suppose the game is suggesting go this way. But then how do we do that? I mean, this is certain death. Trying to go from here onto that, that would be just certain death. Trying to go down here also looks like pretty much certain death. So where do we go? I have no idea. I have no idea. Anything exciting over there? And even if, how would we reach it? These boulders here, I mean, they look like they would hold the answer to the puzzle. I just have no idea where to even go. Let's try this again. Let's try again, see if we can find something like a better vantage point here. So we can climb on here. That's awesome. We can probably also make it up here. Yes. Could also then go make it up here. But I mean, then what? That's certainly too high. Can't go up there. Could maybe walk through it to find a way downstairs, really? Save icon tells me this is not where we've been before, so maybe this is where we need to be. I mean, maybe. Oh, look, would you look at that? There's another thing that we can explore, and maybe that's a good point to stop and save it there. And then pick it up tomorrow. See if we can reach this weird capsule over there. The green whatever it is. And see if that's another thing that connects to the ring that we've opened previously. To link, I don't know, portals together. Or something. Come on, we can do it! We can make it! Yeah, Nate, that's not an issue that I've ever heard of. Just a single letter. You sure we don't have anything locally installed that might make that happen? Whoa! These guys.
Looks like the Russians didn't survive.
Looks like it, yeah.
These skeletons are creeping me out.
You and me both, buddy. A grim scene confirms the demise of the Russian colonists. Decayed bodies indicate a number of people were brutally killed by the root creatures. Yeah, like me, basically. Many times before, but those were all just premonitions, so that makes it okay. Did these hostile creatures also kill off the intelligent alien race that built the portal system? I'm lucky to be alive, and only thanks to my decision to follow the woman. But if the strange encounters of the last hour are any indication, she may in fact be one of them. And that doesn't bode well for my ultimate survival. It does not. Ugh. Poor Russians. It also confirms that that weird creature does not eat bones. Otherwise they would no longer be here. Ooh, tape recorder. Give it to me. This is Dr. Vladimir Kerimov of the Soviet Space Agency. I'm recording this message in the hopes that it will someday be retrieved and our mission to this planet will be understood. Tell us about it. It was a peaceful mission. We discovered a portal in Siberia 22 years ago in 1974. Really? This mysterious device instantaneously transported men and machine from Earth across through space to the surface of this planet. The planet was rich with life, strange but also wonderful and beautiful, with an atmosphere favorable to life. It was decided that this world should be claimed for Russia, so the most amazing discovery in the history of mankind was kept a secret. Which explains why we've never heard of it. Our leaders wanted to build a new and perfect Soviet society, so very quickly we established a colony of hundreds of people. In the beginning, this planet held so much promise. After a few months, a scientific team discovered that the native plant life was dying out. We had unintentionally introduced a virus that killed off a bacteria-like substance that covered the surface of the planet. This organism was the primary food source of the plants, and when it died, life on the planet died with it. Well, most life died. Some organisms remained, and they have mutated horribly. They are ravenous for any kind of food. We have lost almost our entire colony to these creatures. Even as I record this message, they are closing in. We have retreated to a high point in the eastern gorge. We have hoped to reach the relic power structure, but it is so dangerous. I don't know how long we can hold out. Do you know, I think you might be right. It is almost like a novel that's just told slightly differently. Rather than with written words, it's told in this interactive way. Love the backstory, so it's really nice to have such a rich story in the game. And so many questions you ask yourself as this goes on. I find that time and time again, sometimes when you get the answer to a story, you almost go, oh, okay, fine. But while you didn't know the answer, all kinds of questions are happening in the readers or players or viewers' mind, and you think, my goodness, what is going on here? Do we go up here now? We go straight back to this thing. Yes, a mystery is good. Keep the mystery going. The mystery box, right. Lost is a great example of that. That you almost think, hey, you strung people along mysteriously for 6 seasons. Did you even know what the answers to all these questions were when you started writing it, or was it just a matter of stringing people along? I remember my colleague was not happy about how Lost was told. I thought it was great.
Was this what the Russians were trying to reach?
Past the massacre site, I've encountered the largest structure yet. This does not appear to be man-made and was almost certainly constructed by the portal builders. Is this what the Russians were trying to reach? If so, they came tragically close to their goal. I'm going to press on a little farther and then get some rest until morning. That's exactly what we're going to do. That is true. Yes, they were against that. That is true. And it's revealed in the whole... That is what really carried the show. Who is Laura Palmer's killer? And it is one of those things that once they've revealed that and went into kind of the second season, or the second part of the second season, that is when the series really lost ratings, and that is ultimately what got the show cancelled. That is absolutely right, yes. Ooh, okay, fade out. that is a good time for us to quit as well. Nicely done. It's daylight again, and I suppose this is where we're going to pick up the adventure again tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thank you so much for hanging in there. Thank you so much for dropping by and for your wonderful Super Chat donations. I really appreciate that. Super Chat, Ko-fi, Patreon, anything included. Thank you so much for doing that and supporting me that way. I hope you had a good time. I certainly did. It was my pleasure and my privilege to spend the morning with you. I'll be back tomorrow, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, to reveal more of the mystery of the lifeless planet. Adios, muchachos, and have a great Friday. Take care, my friends. Bye-bye.